Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We are so excited that you're here with us today for Co-working Live with Red Worldwide. We have been having such a great time since we've been going live with co-working every day. And it's kind of a different mode for a lot of us because we were used to our little intimate group and, just having the co-working sessions for those who are coming online within our team. But we are excited because we were able to take it live so that members who could not get on Zoom for whatever reason would be able to see it later, and we could share it with others who may not be a part of our membership, but they still want the benefit of learning. And so we are lifelong learners over here at Red Worldwide. Many of us are, constantly taking courses or doing the webinars, doing something to upgrade ourselves and upgrade our skills. And so today is Thursday, and we know it as Tech Talk Thursday. We kind of talk tech and we really, join in together, put our hats on, that it give us the ability to have the freedom to try new things. And we're learning to uh, begin a process of adding more tech tools to our arsenal so that we can reduce the amount of things that we have to do as humans. Okay, so many of the tasks that we do daily, can be replaced, or we can be replaced with technology. And when we do that, then it gives us the freedom to move about and do the things that only us can do. So, you know, we have these wonderful sets of softwares that we've been using, and I've been using some software to create some um, different kinds of processes, in our business. But also, I've been using software to, share information with others, to create mini courses and all of these things that, I can put either in our app or on our website or even in my personal website, because it makes it easier for people to get the message when they can identify with a human being, or hear a voice, that sounds similar to, something that they can resonate with. So, I want to share a little bit of a testimonial that we have in the chat from one of our members. And so basically, she says, good transformation Thursday morning, everyone. Yes, I've been creating a journal, workbooks, and great presentations. The youth love them, and the speakers also. Yes, daily, lifelong learner. And so, and I tell you, her journal is so amazing. And when she comes on in another week or so, when she's going to be doing some things with us live and in co-working, I'd love for her to share her journal, because I think it's just an amazing tool. Some of the things that are in there are so wonderful. And I look forward to her creating one for adults, because I think it's going to be important, that we as adults have access to tools like what she's created. So, awesome stuff. Thank you, Crystal, for sharing with us. Well, today we are going to jump in here and learn a little bit more, about how to, make a um, course exciting, by utilizing something that you may have already done. I have a book that I've already written, and it's wonderful to read, but I am one who knows that we need to make our material universally available. What does that mean? That means that there may be people that have, challenges where they don't see well, and so they may not be able to read your ebook online or on their phone. And it would be a much better option if they had the audio book. So that could be a really good tool. But also, there are people who might do a lot better if they had access to the video, a video of what it is that you're doing. And so I'm going to show how we can use a couple of different tools to make that happen for people who might be in a situation where they might be challenged, or there's some people that just would prefer, to have the audio or the video, um, And with that being the case, we want to kind of give them what they want, okay? um, I'm gonna, give us a couple of tools that we can use to make these things happen. But before we go there, I want to also talk about a tool that we use pretty widely, which we use it with just about every one of our companies, and it's Vyond. It used to be called, there was another name that they used for their software, and transitioned to Vyond um, much later, Vyond. And so I'm going to share my screen so you guys can all see this, because I think it's going to be important. And in this, the first 10 minutes or so today of co-working, we're going to learn how to use Vyond. So Vyond is a software, Vyond.com. And when you go there, you can get a chance to see examples of what people are doing with Vyond. It's a software that's widely used in the education community, but it is also used with a lot of businesses. And they create these interesting little cartoon videos. They call it unforgettable content with tips from the Pulitzer Prize winning illustrator and YouTube pioneer. They have this uh, wonderful video, webinar that's going to be going on, in March, a little bit later on in March. And so you might want to go there and see if you can get access to that. But they have a free trial. And so I just would love to see you take advantage of their free trial, because there's so much in here for you to learn. And it might be something you decide to put into your workflow. It does give you opportunities to share a minimum viable product with people, or to tell them a little bit about what you do, or to even create ways for people to learn how to the instructions that you might need to learn how to do something in your company. So these standard operating procedures that we've talked about, you could do some of those through Vyond videos. And I know that if you are here and you've worked for a corporate entity, you probably have seen these, because they use them for HR all the time, in a lot of companies. I'm showing you this screen because I want you to see all the companies that use the Vyond videos for one reason or another. And so there are just tons and tons and tons of options within this ecosystem. And we have been using them for probably, I want to say, a better part of maybe 4 years now. And have created lots and lots of videos. Now, what I like about Vyond is I've been able to create the cartoon me. Some of you guys have seen the cartoon me. So we're going to go to my website so you can kind of see what that looks like. But we've been able to create an avatar. The cartoon me is what we call her. And she's able to demonstrate things to people that the real me might not be able to demonstrate. So you see the cartoon me here on my website, and these were done in Vyond. And I wanted to show you this video was actually created in Vyond with the cartoon me. So you don't just have to utilize the assets that are in Vyond, but you can create a likeness of yourself that is a cartoon, and it could be, or animation, I should say, and it could be utilized to simulate you in explanation. And you can even add your own voice, which is an amazing thing. So I have several videos that I've done in here where I added my own voice, and it was quite interesting to see the cartoon me with my own voice. People loved it, and we have used it for a lot of things. So I'm going to quickly show you how you could use AI to create a video in less than 7 minutes. And so this is going to be kind of fun. All right, so we're going to go over here to, when you first come into the system, it's gonna bring you to this screen. And if you don't have anything already created, you won't be able to see any of your videos because they're not there. But there are going to be some tutorials that are here that will show you how to do lots of things. And so how to make your characters move, how to get your characters talking, and how to sync the character with the voice, how to add other movement, for different kinds of assets, how to edit your text, how to upload custom files, because maybe you want to put some real pictures in there, how to record your own voice, and how to add and enter effects. You can add music behind things. And so it's really kind of interesting to see what can be done with this particular software. So what we're going to do today, though, is I'm going to show you how to quickly create a 2 minute or less video, that will give you, some major perks by sticking it on your website. Let me just do this really quickly. Um, Wow, I want to show you this right quick. I'm going to stop share and reshare because I want to make sure you can hear, and I didn't optimize the video clip. So let's do that. So we're sharing again now. Now you should be able to see my whole screen, and I'm going to move the Beyond video out just a little bit so that it makes it bigger for everyone. Okay. All right. There we go. If everybody can see that, let me get a thumbs up, okay? Or, to make sure that it's in frame. Um, Anybody, just give me a thumbs up so I can make sure that it's in frame for all of the viewers. Okay. Okay, got it. Wonderful. All right. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to show you a video that I've already created. And this video was creating an introduction for our entrepreneurship and business etiquette. So let's see, this was earlier last month. So what we're going to do is we're going to play or preview the video so you can just kind of get an idea. So here I used my picture, okay, without any background, and I had it to create this video itself using AI.
Are you looking for a keynote speaker that can elevate your event? Meet Dr. Patience Rose, accomplished CEO, international author, and speaker. She holds an MBA and an MS degree in a highly sought-after communications field. Certified in a myriad coaching areas including entrepreneurship and business etiquette. Author of 10 books, including Entrepreneur Favorites, Fluency in Finance, and The ADHD Conspiracy. Patience turns complex concepts into strategic approaches using proven methods. Her proven methods help you escalate your personal, professional, and business value. Book Dr. Patience Rose today to elevate your event to the next level.
Okay, so here you can see that I created a video that I could send out to people and let them know that I'm available to speak. Okay, but I can also post it on my website or put it on, a profile that I might have in some professional uh, uh, platform, and it gives people just a little bit more information about me than they would have if I just sent them out, a little blurb or something, via text. And so it's another way of getting that message out. So let's kind of look at how we could create something like that. So we're going to click on create, and we're going to go down to create with AI, which is in beta. Okay. And so we can click there, and what it's going to do is bring us up the actual interface for creating with AI. So now we have some options. We can enter a topic and pick a video layout. Okay, so here I like to do this first because it just kind of gives me the ability to, and I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger for everybody so they can really see. Um, you know, I can kind of get an idea based on what it is that I want to put out. I can choose to use one of the actual characters that they have here in the AI generated interface. They have a few that you can choose, and you can even, after you do this, if you don't like the person, you can swap this person out with another person. Like, if you have your what we call the AI me, or the avatar that you've created, even if you brought it in from someplace else, you could actually use that particular person instead of one of these. Okay, so and I'll show you how that can be done, but this is really interesting. So you can choose somebody that you might want to have a conversation with through one of these interfaces here, one of the scenes, and you might see that there are two people here that could be an option depending on what it is that you're trying to do. Here's a fast food dining scenario. Here's somebody, two people sitting on a train, someone in the bedroom with someone else. Here's two people talking over breakfast. So if you're going to create a conversational scenario, then you could do it this way. But you could do the talking head where it's just one person that's explaining the concept, and they have several options in here for choosing that. Or you can choose a narration that doesn't have a person at all. You can have options for just a slide in the background. And so I'll do that sometimes, depending on what it is that I'm trying to do, or if I'm going to augment the scene with my own picture, like you saw a few minutes ago. So for the sake of what we're going to do today, we'll create a conversation. We'll choose a couple of people. Let's choose the people on the train. I like them. Okay. And then we're going to go down and look at some of our options for optional settings. So is this going to be an informative video? Is it a formal video? Is it casual, or is it playful? Those are choices. And based on what you choose, the AI is going to write your content or augment the content that you put in there based on these things. So let's kind of choose. I'll choose informative, that's already there. And then the format could be an anecdote, an announcement, a debate, a rant, and how-to. And we're going to choose a how-to video today. And it's going to be in English because it does do things in Spanish and lots of other languages. You have, a lot of choices. So, you could choose any of those languages if you wanted to and have it create a video in another language for you. But we're going to have it take some content that I already have. So give me just a second. I'm going to grab the content and we're going to throw that content in here. So I'm going to pull some content from a book that I wrote called Fluency in Finance, which we're going to be working with that book in a little bit anyway, just for another part of what we're doing. I'm going to grab the content from the prologue because I really want to just make an not an instructional, but an introductory video to the book, okay? And I'm going to also tell it that this is an introduction to the book Fluency in Finance, Mastering the Language of Wealth and Legacy by Patience Rose. So create an introduction video for the book Fluency in Finance, Mastering the Language of Wealth and Legacy by Patience Rose. Okay. Here is the prologue. Okay. And I'm just going to give it that and see what it gives us. Okay. And the one thing you might see here is that I have Grammarly on. So if it's got some things that look a little off, it might make suggestions of how I might change some of the wording. It may not be that my grammar is incorrect. It just means that we might want to do something to make what I'm saying a little more clear. So I'm going to add those corrections from Grammarly just because a lot of times it'll see things that I don't see, especially for when I'm putting something in a software like this, which may need some assistance in ensuring that the conversation is going to come out with language that is grammatically correct. So now I've hit the button and we got lights, camera, and action. So while we're doing that, we're going to come back to it in a few minutes and look at it. I want to take us to another software that we're going to use this morning, and it is called 11 Labs. Okay, and what 11 Labs is it is a software that actually uses the ability to take a voice and the speech that you have put in there, and it creates text to speech. And so I love it because you have the ability to use it for free to get started. So I use this for free to create an entire audio book of one of my ebooks when I first was writing out some material for Read Worldwide last year. And it was really, really fun. And the way that it works It has several language models. And so we can look in here to get the settings right the way we want to. But when you first get started in 11 Labs, you want to add some voices that might be the voices that you would choose for a particular uh, audio piece. And so let's listen to some of those voices. So here's one.
Experience is not what happens to a man. It is what a man does with what happens to him.
Okay, that's a really nice male raspy voice, and we like him. We use him for different kinds of things. I've created, and I'm going to show you this. It's really kind of fun. Let's find the voice that we really like. Let's listen to Carolyn. Let's see.
Courage is not the absence of fear, but simply moving on with dignity despite that fear.
Here's a corporate voiceover.
I believe that we are fundamentally the same and have the same basic potential.
Okay, let's see if we can grab one of the ones that I really like. Though Larry has a pretty pleasant voice. Let's see.
A man sees in the world what he carries in his heart.
Okay, so I already have Rachel in here, and the reason why we have Rachel in here is because Rachel is one that we use quite frequently for different things. And you have like so many different voices that you can choose from. I really like to look at some of the options and see what they've been used for. So here's an English Italian foreigner, and she's good use for an audiobook. Here's Lily. She's a British raspy voice that can be used for narration. And here's Nicole, an American whisper that can be used for an audiobook. So there's lots and lots of different options. Let's listen to Sarah right quick.
All our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions.
I like Sarah. We're going to choose Sarah. Okay. So here we're going to have Sarah create for us the voiceover for our voicemail that needs to be uploaded, because sometimes we don't necessarily want to have our own voice on the voicemail for our company. So here's the way that you can get a wonderful voice for free on your voicemail, depending on whether you're using it on your phone or whether you're using it on some sort of a voice over IP system or other, even on Google Voice. You can actually upload the voicemail, in a WAV file or in an MP3 that will allow you to have that different kind of sound or more professional sound. So let's create right quick a voicemail. Okay. Thank you for calling. And let's do it for one of our companies, Precision Tax Advantage. Okay. Our office hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. And this is in the case of we're doing this as if we don't have a voicemail system that will allow you to do what they call, office hours, greetings, and all of those things. It's just a basic voicemail. So thank you for calling Precision Tax Advantage. Our office hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have reached this message between the hours of 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. sorry, and 5 p.m. we are experiencing an unusually high call volume. You know how you hear that when you call people, and experiencing an unusually high, I spelled that wrong, but it corrected me, call volume, and cannot respond to your call personally. Please leave us a detailed message and we will respond as soon as we are able. Thank you again for calling. And have a wonderful day. Okay, so now let's see what 11 Labs can do, okay? We're going to tell it to generate this audio. using Sarah's voice. Okay, while it's doing that, we're going to go back over here to our Vyond video and see what it gave us. Okay, so here it's created the whole video for us. So let's listen and see what we got, or let's watch it and see what we got.
I want to improve my financial literacy, but I don't know where to start. Can you help me?
Absolutely. Have you heard of the book Fluency in Finance, Mastering the Language of Wealth and Legacy by Patience Rose?
No, I haven't. What's it about?
It's a guide to understanding the language of finance, from the basics of money and wealth creation to the lasting impact of legacy. It's designed to help readers become fluent in the language of finance.
That sounds interesting. What can I expect to learn from the book?
You'll learn about the principles that govern money and wealth creation, how to navigate financial storms with confidence, and how to chart a course toward a future where wealth and freedom are lived realities. The book includes stories, anecdotes, and activities to engage readers and help them become fluent in the language of finance.
That sounds like a lot of information. Will it be easy to understand?
Yes, the book is designed to be accessible to readers of all backgrounds and experience levels. It's written in a conversational tone and includes step-by-step instructions and best practices to help readers become fluent in the language of finance.
Okay, I'll definitely check it out. Thanks for the recommendation.
You're welcome. Remember, becoming fluent in the language of finance is a journey, but with the right resources and guidance, you can achieve your financial goals and create a lasting legacy.
Okay, so here we could have taken the time and created that whole video ourselves, but we didn't have to. The software was given the right prompts, and so because of the prompts that it was given, the AI took the chance and created for us what it extracted from what we gave it. And based on what our requests were, we wanted it to be informative. We wanted it to, actually be in the type of tone where it was a conversation between two people. And so it gave us what we asked for. And now we have the ability to either use what it gave or ask it to change some things. Maybe we don't like her voice, and so what we can do is go over here to the quick edit field and choose, instead of office professional, we could choose another character, and we can also choose the character that's the me character that was created for us and put that in its place. But for the sake of time, we won't do that today, but and I can show you how to create those characters or choose a different character on a different day when we're doing a more deep dive into the software. But let's just say you don't like her voice or you don't like his voice. Well, you can come here and change the voices, and they have lots of voices. Okay, so there's lots to choose from here. If you don't like Jenny's voice, or if you don't like what is his name? Oh gosh, I've used him before. Oh, Davis. You don't like Davis's voice? We could change the voice. Maybe you don't like the tone of the voice. Maybe you don't like the speed or the pitch. All of those things can be changed. And when you save it, it will automatically change it, and then you can actually download your video. So here, if you wanted to change anything else, like maybe you don't like the background and you want to add a different scene, you can go to full edit in Vyond Studio, and it will take your whole video over to another section inside of the software where you can go through and change just about every single thing. You can also change the words. If you don't like what it is that they said, the script doesn't sound the way you want it to, you can make those changes. Maybe you don't like the music, which I didn't necessarily like the music. So we could go here and find some more music. And instead of having the open your eyes music, we can have other music by going into audio, choosing from 154 different music options that are here. And they have some really good ones, that are probably more appropriate for what it is that you would want in this particular type of scene. Okay, but whatever you're doing, all you got to do is click save, and now you can download your video to your computer. and or you can get a link where people can go and see it online if you wanted to stay hosted on their server. So there's the options, there. So, again, this is a really good way for you to get something out there quickly, if you have content that you wanted to push out. Okay, so now we're going to get rid of these because that was, wonderful. And we learned a little bit more about Vyond. Again, that's vyond.com for you to go and get your free trial and learn to see what it is that you can produce, from using these wonderful, AI tools that are already inside of the software. Okay, so we're going to go back to 11 Labs and see what we got. Okay, let's see. We'll log back in because something happened there that I got logged out, and I'm not sure how, but we'll jump back inside. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's see what we got. We generated already our, oh no, it didn't generate just yet. Okay. So it's actually generating now.
Thank you for calling Precision Tax Advantage. Our office hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have reached this message between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., we are experiencing an unusually high call volume and cannot respond to your call personally. Please leave us a detailed message and we will respond as soon as we are able. Thank you again for calling and have a wonderful day.
Okay, so here we were able to get a nice version of our voicemail greeting recording. And so you can use this on your voicemail very easily by just downloading it to your computer and uploading it back into the software that you're using. Or you could also, if you're using it on your phone, you can actually if you have an Apple device, there's an easy way to get that recording into the Apple iPhone. When you go into the voicemail system, it'll ask you, if you want to record an audio or if you want to upload audio. And so you can upload the audio by, putting this on your device in a place where it's easy for you to gain access to it in your files and bringing it in. If you're using an Android phone, it's a very similar option that's available there for you to upload it and utilize it there. And if you are using Google Voice or any of those other softwares where you have online access to your audio files, it's the same. I've done it in all versions of or I should say all iterations of Google Voice. I didn't like their option for using my voice, so I created one. Now, let me just show you one other thing here because this is kind of fun. What if I decided I didn't like Sarah's voice and I wanted to use my own? Well, there is a feature that allows you to record your voice and keep it safe and secure inside the software. So you can do that, and they will create a voice profile for you by you uploading different content where you are speaking with no background noise, no music behind it, just you speaking, and it will create the voice that sounds just like you. It clones your voice, and now it's available for your use. Now, some people create their voice and they allow it to be used for other people. I don't choose to do that because there's all kinds of security issues that I think could go on with that. But let me just say that, for what it is that we do, from time to time, my voice is needed and I may not be available to record something. So, with that said, for the use of audiobooks and other things, I have given the ability for my voice to be cloned. And so now we have me. So let's see what I could sound like, if we changed this up a little bit and only allowed it to use my voice instead of Sarah's voice. And I'm going to make a few augmentations here in the voice settings to make sure that we get the option for high quality and similarity. So we're going to actually change this to about 85%, for clarity and similarity. And we're going to add the stability. We want to make it more stable. So it'll be a little bit longer that it'll take to actually generate, but at least you will be able to hear something that sounds a lot more like me. So now we're going to click generate and let's see what we got. And so while we're doing that, I'm going to take you to another piece of software that's online, and it's called
Thank you for calling Precision Tax Advantage. Our office hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have reached this message between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., we are experiencing an unusually high call volume and cannot respond to your call personally. Please leave us a detailed message and we will respond as soon as we are able. Thank you again for calling and have a wonderful day.
Okay, so sounds a lot like me. Let me get a thumbs up if anybody thinks it sounds like me. Okay, because the bottom line is that we're always looking for ways to, limit our time, doing things that people don't need us to do. I mean, if I could have someone else take on this software and utilize it to create things that, I need to have my voice on while I'm doing something else, I've just saved a bunch of time. Yes, Gloria, this is a great way of, if I needed to translate something to Spanish, I could actually do that using this software because it has multilingual, and she might be talking about the other software, but both of them have the ability to do it. So here, if I wanted to use my voice and create this in Spanish, I could change the outcome by going to 11 multilingual version 2, okay? And then I could tell it that I wanted it to translate to Spanish. And so we're not going to have time to do that today, but it does give us options for that. And that could get us to a point of where we're able to take the same information. And if I needed to have it in both English and Spanish, I could create this one, and then right after it, I can have the Spanish version. Now, I like to use ChatGPT for, well, maybe we have a few minutes. I'll do it so you guys can see it. I like to use ChatGPT for creating different content in other languages because it is totally accurate for most of the languages that I've tried it for. And yo hablo mucho español, pero yo necesito más práctica and mi gramático es no correcto. So because my grammar is not correct a lot of the time, I can use a software like this and tell it to translate to Spanish and give it all of my content and let it go. Okay, so now it's going to translate everything that I just put in there. Gracias por llamar a Precision Tax Advantage. Now, of course, we leave titles in their native language and not, try to translate the title of the company to Spanish because it's not something that is customary. But nuestro horario de oficina es de 9 a.m. a 5 p.m. Okay, hora estándar central. Okay, so it kind of gives you the ability to see that, we've got some pretty good content here in Spanish. And we're going to go back over here and we're going to add this content to our 11 Labs content that's already been generated here for us. And let's move this over a little bit. Oh, let's go back. Okay, here we go. Let's move this over so you guys can see. So we're going to add the Spanish version. So now we have the English and the Spanish, and we've got the multilingual options so that we can get the best quality. And now we're going to click on generate and let's see what we got. I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys are really getting something out of it.
Thank you for calling Precision Tax Advantage. Our office hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have reached this message between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., we are experiencing an unusually high call volume and cannot respond to your call personally. Please leave us a detailed message and we will respond as soon as we are able. Thank you again for calling and have a wonderful day. Gracias por llamar a Precision Tax Advantage. Nuestro horario de oficina es de 9 a.m. a 5 p.m. hora estándar central. Si ha recibido este mensaje entre las 9 a.m. y las 5 p.m., estamos experimentando un volumen de llamadas inusualmente alto y no podemos responder a su llamada personalmente. Por favor, déjenos un mensaje detallado y responderemos tan pronto como nos sea posible. Gracias nuevamente por llamar y que tenga un día maravilloso.
Okay, jaw dropping. I just see the jaws dropping. What do you think, Gloria? How did it come out? Did they do a pretty good job?
It's awesome. I love it. I'm so excited.
I know, right? So, you know, to have the option to not have to sit there and struggle through that and to have it sound in like me but natively, you know, in an accent that is amazing, you know, this does become very, very helpful. And I don't have to call Gloria and ask her, can you translate this for me?
I know, right?
Right? Okay. All right. So I just wanted to kind of give us some options today. I know we're at the top of the hour. I was going to show us one more set of software, but we don't have time to do it today. But you do have the option to go and play with these yourself because both of these softwares have free trials. And so we do want you to, you know, take advantage of what you're learning here at Co-working Live with Red Worldwide and play around with the softwares and see, you know, what it is that you can do with it to help inform your process or to help make what you're doing more accessible to others. I'm always thinking about, you know, people who are not able to, you know, operate at the same level, or they may need a visual cue, you know, or they may need audio. And because of that, you know, I constantly am looking for ways to give them the software, you know, that is necessary, okay, to help them when they come to my website or when they go to any of my classes to stay informed and on track. And, you know, and so with that said, we're going to jump right out of here today, but we will be back on Saturday for Smarter Start Boot Camp, and we have some great things planned for you. I hope that you're able to be with us. That'll be Saturday at 7 a.m. PST, 9 a.m. CST, or 10 a.m. EST. And Mountain Time, we are at 8 a.m. because it's, Mountain Time is still where we are right now in the year. So go ahead and make sure that you're on for Saturday if you can, because we will have some wonderful options for people who are getting started in a new business or restarting an old business or making changes to their existing business. So please be there, and we'll be there to serve you. And we'll see you again next time.